we've seen some big stocks tumble today earlier in the intraday. But what we saw now is that a lot of the stocks have recovered in after hours, and that's what we would expect really with the earnings being so strong on so many of these companies. But really, let's take a look. I'm curious to know what you guys think about Amazon. For those of you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Will Rich. We run a series of businesses and we have our Stockmate community. For those of you guys that would like to learn how to invest and trade in the stock market, that's the second link in the description to get started. So let's go ahead and drop in our watch list here. What we had for October week 4 was these stocks here. AMD really dropped off earlier today. They're all up after hours. Especially we could see what I was looking at. This one we can add is Amazon. Amazon's up 5% after hours. And let's take a look at why. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Couple things when we're evaluating whether or not we want to invest in something, and we're looking at different investments in the stock market. The first thing that you want to ask yourself is the company that I'm buying at a premium, or am I getting a better deal than what it's worth? What volatility we've seen today. If we look on the 1 minute on Amazon and we go to the 1 day, we are seeing extreme volatility here after hours, up to $200 a share, down to $86 a share, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before really pushing up after hours. We see that it's pushed up about 5%. Now, Amazon absolutely doing great on earnings. If we look over, just taking a look at their Morningstar, and what we saw kind of prior to earnings was that they are below their fair value. Their last close when this report was 186. Their fair value is 195. They closed at the end of the day today at 186 again. They're at 197. So now they're much higher, kind of near that fair value that was identified here on Amazon. And that's kind of, what you like to see. There's a lot of things that Amazon has going for it, right? It's got less risk. They have a good stewardship, and they also have a very wide economic moat, right? They have some of the fastest and best shipping in the world. So that's why they're one of the go-tos. So when we look at Amazon, what do we see on the near term? There's a couple things that I would map out here. If we're looking at just Amazon as a company and what we've seen them do over the last few years, they've really pushed up. We're at an all-time high now of $200. We're getting right back up there. But, is there room to grow? I think absolutely there's room to grow. Currently, though, we are looking fairly overextended after this, and we could see them pull back down. It doesn't mean that we're not going to see this continued uptrend, but if we're just going to drop in this candlestick chart here in a more accurate, let's go on the 3-month, we can see that Amazon really has been on a resistance right now. So a couple things here with Amazon. We can drop in some indicators. Of course, I'd like to see EMA. Let's drop that in on a 15-day so we can really get a look at their technicals. They're a great company. When we look at the fundamentals, they've been growing. They've been pleasing their customer, as Jeff Bezos likes to do. And as we've seen with the indicators, they've been fairly consistent in their trend. Does it mean it's like perfect and we know every single time it's going to stay exactly as we would expect? No, of course not. But what we do know is that they're a company that is exponentially growing. They're always buying smaller companies to stay competitive, which that might sound a little crazy, but that's what they do. We can look at their trend here pretty clearly on the uptrend since July, right? So we go back to when we had it sell off from earlier in the summer. It sold off down to what was 151, and then we really see it push up, right? And the thing about when you have Amazon in this type of territory where you're now kind of approaching a resistance. You just beat earnings, and we see it maybe, continuing up to $200 a share. And you look at the technicals on Amazon, and you might say, oh, it's probably going to sell off, right? It's going to go back down, and we're going to see it kind of continue this uptrend, or what have you. You might say that. But there's a couple things I want to go over, right? So if we just kind of lay out what we've seen in the past here, this right here is a resistance. You see this previous resistance? We can mark that up. We saw it get hit twice right here on the 30th, and we saw it get hit on the 24th. And really, if we go back, year to date, this resistance also extends out here. You can see it's not perfect per se, but I'd say the general area is right there around $190, right? So we're seeing, generally in this level, we've seen resistance. When we broke out last time from here and it crossed over this SMA really and started pushing up, the info line will tell us that from that breakout right here, we saw a 5% increase. Now, some of you guys trade Amazon, right? You can also trade Amazon leverage, so that 5% could be 10% if you're, like how we trade TSLL. As you can see, Tesla stock, it went up 0.34%, right? But it also went up 0.76% over on TSLL because that one goes up double what Tesla goes up. So what we see is a breakout here. We could see it, obviously continue this trend, sell off, and that is quite possible. But what I'm expecting is it's actually going to retest here. And we might see it push up here, but we might see it push up into new territory. I mean, Amazon is a growing company. We could see if we go down here to the low and we push up to where we could see it going just right here. Right here, you could see this level again, right? If we're going to reach this previous high or this resistance, you see a level here, and it's kind of this resistance that was acting as resistance. But what happens when you cross over resistance? Oftentimes, it's going to act as support, right? You can see it time and time again. There's like, if I draw any level of support, you could probably see it. So, for example, right here is a level of support. It's also right over here. You see this consolidation. There's also there, it's acting as resistance. There, it's acting as support. There, it's acting as support again, right? And now we saw it actually pushed down here and it acted as support again. And you could see the same thing with this line, right? But what happens is when you push up above resistance, we could see this act as a new support. We could see bullish movement on Amazon. And really what could be over the next few weeks, a push up to new territory. And I'm pretty bullish on Amazon long term. I think Amazon's a great company. Been following it for quite a while. And it's just one of those companies that most people would say is a pretty sound investment. So that's my take on Amazon. I think it's going to push up. We look at the report that we were checking out, and there's a lot of indication that not only do they have a wide economic moat, but they could be on the push to that $4 trillion market cap. Their fair value, some of the profit drivers, they have it at 195, but that was back in August here. This has been upgraded. I think last I saw was 210. So right now they're at 197. If they go up to 210, then that's going to be about a 5% increase from where they're currently at. Could be 10% if you're trading the leveraged Amazon. So, they got some upside potential. Would I buy it right now? Probably not. I would probably not. I think there's better places to put your money. I might be looking more semiconductor. If we see it pull back to these levels, that's a 3% or 6%, depending on which fund you're invested in. And it's looking a little overextended, right? I love to see them beating earnings. I love, if you're asking me, Will, if I hold Amazon for the next 3 years, could I expect it to go up that 10%? Of course, like we're going to see it grow. But in the shorter term, taking advantage of opportunities at prices that are not premium but at a really good deal, may not be the best time to buy right now. But I just want to show you guys that as a breakout here potentially for Amazon. They reported earnings. They're crushing it. We saw them up 5.82% after hours. And, Amazon is quite a big player in the AWS, the AI learning, and they're not one that we really want to count out as a company that could start playing, in the Google space or in the Tesla space, or the Uber space. We are not certain that they couldn't jump in and compete with the likes of Google, Tesla, Apple. Amazon's right there, so we can see it happen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. For those of you guys that would like to watch me trade live at market open tomorrow morning, I would encourage you to simply take a look at that second link in the description. That's Stockmate, and you can get a great discount there in the second link. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.